budding entrepreneurs who are yet to, the guys who are not yet done Oyo, Swiggy, Zomato, or Uber, or Airbnb, they need to start looking at things in this way, through these eyes, through these set of things. What problem you're solving, how big of a problem. Most important is how big of a problem that is. We all want to solve problems in the world, but how big and how you're solving, what is a unique proposition you're bringing to that solution, and why you, why now?
What inspired you to establish MSys Technologies? And what core values did you infuse into its foundation?
So my motivation when I started MSys, MSys is a product engineering services provider. It's a mouthful, product engineering service provider. We're not an IT company. We are primarily a technology. We develop technology for our clients, and our clients are mostly in the Western world, in US. A majority of them are in US, almost 95% of them, and they tend to be startups. Though many of them now have grown to be very big companies, but at least when we started, or when I was inspired to start, I felt when I started this company, there were already these big giants like Infosys, TCS, they already existed. So I felt, all these guys, they are, doing a great job, growing well, but they are for the bigger companies. So the smaller startups looking for innovative work to be done by a service provider in this part of the world, in India or even in America or other parts of the world, didn't have many choices. And I myself, prior to doing MSys, I had done some startups, some venture funded startups myself. And I always struggled to find people. And so I felt there is a niche here, there is a need, there's a gap in the market that all these big guys are providing services to, all the big IT companies, Morgan Stanley, JP Morgan, Bank of America, Citibank, all this stuff. And then you have these garage shops, which are providing to the smaller companies, very small companies. But in between the innovation layer to a mid-sized small startup has already raised $30 million, is looking to get some work done, want to find a partner which is as innovative, innovation-centric as startup is, where do they go? So with that approach, or with that motivation, I started the company. And my values in the company that I instilled, one was very product-centric approach. So some of the initial guys we hired were the guys who had already done a product, a software product, engineering product, software engineering product. So that it is their part of the DNA. I came from, similar market myself. It took me a while to learn the services mindset or acquire the services mindset. So the initial set of people, our VP of engineering, our CTO, all came from some product knowledge, product companies. And the first thing they will ask a customer, they will not ask how many people you need. They will ask, what problem are you looking to solve? So I think that it is kind of that really helped us establish ourselves. And then other value was, I believed at that time and even now, in empowering those who work with me. And I don't micromanage people, and I don't want to encourage the people who work for me to micromanage others. Because then, you learn to take responsibility for your own actions, yourself. So that kind of is the second value I try to instill in everyone who worked for me or worked in the company. In fact, I rarely use the word worked for me, worked in the company or worked with me rather. And I think that it has continued like that. And I'm very happy to see the growth and happy to see how people have grown with the company and the company has grown with the people.
As an angel investor and advisor for tech startups, what criteria do you consider before choosing to invest or advise a particular company?
My criteria is, of course, I say there are 5 questions any startup CEO or entrepreneur should be able to answer about the deck or about the presentation or the pitch they are making to me, or to anyone for that matter. That what problem they are solving, how big of a problem that is, and how they are solving it, what kind of unique value proposition they are bringing to that. And then comes 2 important questions. Why now? And that is majority of the startups fail. Either they are ahead of time or they are behind. So why now and why you? why are you uniquely positioned to solve that problem? So if they can answer that question for themselves or for me, I'm interested in looking at it, right? And I do get pinged by many people over LinkedIn or other platforms, but I don't find many people are kind of looking at all these things. Of course, the ones who are looking at these things are going to the bigger investors and they are getting funded. I mean, I'm not saying nobody looks at it, but I'm saying that the budding entrepreneurs who are yet to, the guys who are not yet done Oyo, Swiggy, Zomato, or Uber, or Airbnb, they need to start looking at things in this way, through these eyes, through these set of things. What problem you're solving, how big of a problem. Most important is how big of a problem that is. We all want to solve problems in the world, but how big and how you're solving, what is a unique proposition you're bringing to that solution, and why now?